Hi, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I wanted to get a few things done in this little planning session that I had on Sunday, and this is the Hubman and Chubgirl 3-month daily planner, and I at the minute am using Origami Shiba journaling pack, and given that this is the last week in November, I have used up quite a lot of it, but they come in really handy, and I love that I can add in what I want, but I have that staple there that I don't really have to think about it. Anyway, so I wanted to plan for the next week, update my grocery app, but I also needed to actually book a slot. I hadn't done that yet. And then finally, I wanted to take a look at my monthly section planning for 2024. I've been trying to be organised about it and get on top of all the thought process while I'm waiting on things to arrive. And I figured, seeing as on the Saturday I hadn't used the section where I make lists, I would use that to get some more thoughts out. But to start my little planning session, I mapped out my day. I'd had a lie-in and just watched some YouTube videos and chilled out that morning, and then I was having my planning session and then chilling out again that evening because that is what I needed, and I love just to get all my thoughts together on a Sunday afternoon for the week ahead. And the pen I'm using here is a Muji gel pen in 0.5, and that Zig Clean Colour Dot marker is a blue single one. So I got started off by ticking that I was currently filming, and then I thought I would start by planning for the week ahead and getting the layout. And don't worry, I do notice that I wrote the 21st and not the 20th, even though my planner is right in front of me. I still mixed up the dates, but anyway. And I'm going to use an N75 Tombow to draw the layout, and this is a wisteria colour of the Zig Clean Colour Dot and a blend pen in 0.5, and then seeing as the day before I had used the morning routine washi from Coffee Monsters Co., I decided to use the evening for this layout. I'm really enjoying using this planner, and particularly having somewhere to map out my day. It's just really good for me mentally to get my day in focus and what I want to achieve. However, it has reiterated the fact that I will never be a bullet journaler or someone who wants to draw their own layout every week. I've just stuck to this horizontal because it works for me, but honestly I would rather have a planner that is already set up in terms of layout and just put down stickers that, you know, even if I'm redating, I would rather have it as an option as opposed to having to set it up because it's a blank page. It's just me, everybody's different. Some people like the flexibility of having to or being able to change it up. And I suppose if you're someone that's going to make the most of that and actually change it up, maybe you'll see the benefit more. But for me, I just find it an extra step that I don't really need. So I'm glad I have thought of a solution in the sense that next year I will have a weekly planner plus my daily, and then I will have extra notes pages, which is also perfect for me because I'm such a list maker, and I would rather have the space to make lists and write out my thoughts as opposed to having the weekly in this daily. And I don't mind that it's all together because this is really functional for me, this planner, and I can use my other weekly planner as my keepsake and not worry about it. But it's been fun to have that experiment anyway and to try this. This is the first time I've ever used this planner, and I definitely There's pros and cons, like I said. The pros being I can map out each day and have the space to do that. I love the fact that the days are undated, that I can not worry if I skip things. And in particular, whenever I'm starting to use the notes pages as notes pages, it'll not need to run in 7 days and a weekly layout. So that'll make that undated part even better if I want to skip a day. But the negatives are the having to set up my week, which I'll definitely remove next year, but also trying to get used to the paper. It's actually really smooth and it's lovely to write on, but I'm not used to having to give it a second to dry, and I do have smudgy mishaps quite a lot, and it's just something that I've had to get over. But in the long run, it wouldn't be something that I would want to deal with all the time, especially in my keepsake planner that I want to have for life and look back on. Anyway, so now that I have the layout down, I'm just going to go through and put in the high level plans. I don't really put in very much at the start of the week. I've got 2 events this week. They're from Coffee Monsters Co., the event labels. Speaking of, if you're interested in these, her Black Friday sale, she'll be releasing the next year's one, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. If you're watching this plan with me when it goes live, it'll be this Friday, so I can't wait to pick them up. But in terms of my actual stuff that I need to set it up, it's all on the way. The things that I'll be ordering in Black Friday are stuff that you use throughout the year, like the event labels and my New Year's stickers, like the kit that I'm going to use for New Year's. So all the stuff that I need to set up my planners is already in transit, so hopefully I'll be able to start getting them set up soon. Okay, just before I book my Tesco slot and update the app, I want to set up this overview page that I use. It's a note page just before where the Monday is. And I just put meals and then 7 dots because I don't like deciding what I'm going to eat on certain days. So I just write what meals I have prepared, or not prepared, bought the ingredients for, and then I can tick that off as I use them. And then I have a this week section. We have our floors down in the 2 bedrooms, and well, one will be my studio, one Stephen's office, and the upper hall. But he needs to come back and put the beading part in between the skirting and the flooring. And once he's done that, I can do paint fixtures. So I wasn't able to do that last week, but I've wrote it down for this week and hopefully I'll get it done. And at the same time, I want to paint the inside of Stephen's wardrobe and get it done. Slow progress, but we're getting there. So I just made a note of that for the focus for the week, and then I lifted out my phone and booked my slot. While I was at it, I booked an additional slot for Thursday and decided to meal plan on Wednesday because I just couldn't be bothered looking through and getting decent, or not decent meals, but you know what I mean, like event. What is wrong with me? I can't speak. What am I trying to say? Like, I just went with boring, like sausages, potatoes and beans. I couldn't be bothered thinking of anything, what's the word, inventive? Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah, so I'll do the meal planning on Wednesday and use some of my Hello Fresh meals. But for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be eating a tried and true simple food. To be honest though, that's what I like half the time. I'm a bit boring. I'm not into spicy food. I don't like fish. I'm really limited as to what I like. There you go. So once I had that all organised and ready to go, I decided to work then on my little 2024 monthly list. And this is basically what I want to use each section in my journals and planners for. So I have a year in my life journal, a socials journal, and a main planner. And I don't want to duplicate. And I want to make sure that I'm using them for something that's fun and not something just for the sake of it and ending up being bored of it by the end of the year. And I will say I have loads of ideas for my year in my life journal and my socials journal, but I'm struggling with what to use the monthly dashboard for in my main planner, because the actual monthly is great for mapping out the events and birthdays and all that. But I don't know, I'm thinking I might keep the currently watching in there instead of putting it in my journal. This was a list I had made previously randomly in a notebook because it's been going through my head now for months. First of all, it was take me forever to actually pick my planners and journals, what I was going to use. And then I picked themes, which I've done, and ordered stuff to do that. And now I'm on the part where I'm trying to pick the monthly sections, and I've already picked how I'm going to put each of the weeks. Well, at least I think so anyway. But I like to do that because, well, one, it takes me forever to decide, so I need to give myself time. But once I have decided, then I really enjoy the actual setting it up creative part, because I'm not sitting there just thinking, you know, all ready to go with my stickers and thinking, right, what am I going to put here? You know, I just prefer to do that. So my next step after this list will be to write all these things on post-it notes and then stick them on the various section of the physical planner to narrow down then what I'm definitely going to do. I suggest it if you're like me and your thoughts are going round in circles. So I put a box around this and I don't really know why, so I can't give you an explanation, but I finished off this and then I put in a few things that I knew for Monday to get me started, like my work hours and the fact that I wanted to edit and schedule this video on my lunch, which I'm currently doing. And then I give you a little flip through from, I think it was the last time you saw it was around the Halloween page.
I know I've let you down, I made the same mistake. I am the worrying kind, resting my life away. Be here, you know I really want you to stay. Later, when you then go, you will somehow still remain. Remember the time I told you the way that I felt.
Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. I'll see you again really soon. I have lots of exciting hauls and setups coming up, so make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications, and I'll see you soon. Bye!
Someday all of this mess will